Some behaviors are unforgivable, no matter who they come from. Whether it's a friend, a coworker, or your own blood, you must know where to draw the line. These 5 toxic behaviors slowly drain your mental strength, destroy your self-worth, and rob you of peace. In this video, we will explore powerful insights from Stoic philosophers to help you build unshakable boundaries, even with family. Watch till the end to reclaim your inner power. Number 1. Emotional manipulation. It doesn't scream all the time. It whispers some of the time. After everything I've done for you, you only think about yourself. I guess you love me less than I thought. Emotional abuse doesn't come with a punch. It comes with shame. It hints rather than directly demands. And when it comes from family, it can be one of the worst things you've ever been through. It's not just what they say. That's how they say it. That quiet calm that didn't go away. When you set limits, they sigh in a passive-aggressive way. That long pause after you say no, as if the weight of their sadness were heavy enough to make you change your mind. In your gut, you know that you've just turned into the bad guy in someone else's story. The most important thing to know is that it's not love. Control is it. Over 2,000 years ago, the Stoics knew this trap was going to happen. Epictetus said, "Make sure your will is in line with nature." Do not let anything outside of yourself upset your inner peace. When someone tries to control your feelings, they are actually upsetting your inner peace. It's not your reason that they take over your will. It's guilt and confusion. You start making decisions because you're afraid of letting them down, not because they're the right ones for you. That doesn't link. It's called mental blackmail. You've probably heard the famous phrase, "If you loved me, you'd do this." This is how you repay me after all I did for you? These aren't loving words, they're threats. They are meant to make you think about who you are, to make you feel bad about taking care of your own needs. The sad thing about mental manipulation is that it does more than just hurt your mind. It takes over your identity. You start to see yourself as the trickster wants you to, rude, difficult, and cold. They make themselves look like the victim so well that you start saying sorry for things you didn't do. It's bad for you to give up certain things. You slowly fade away, piece by piece. Many people tried to trick Marcus Aurelius every day while he was king of the known world. He wrote, "You have control over your mind, not events in the outside world. Know this, and you will be strong." To put it another way, you should guard your peace. And people who try to control your emotions, even those in your own family, have no right to be there. They might trade love for money. For a moment, they love you. 1 minute, they're far away. It's cold, feeling let down. It goes like this: praise, retreat, guilt, and so on. The worst part, you become hooked on their love and can't stop. You start to want that little bit of praise, even if it means putting your own health at risk. That false belief can be broken by the truth. You don't owe anyone your self-abandonment, not even the people who raised you. Even though Seneca was sent into exile and betrayed by the government, he still knew how important it was to be free. He wrote, "Those who suffer before they have to suffer, suffer more than they have to." Emotional abuse hurts you twice. First, it hurts you in the present, and then it hurts you in the future because of the guilt you feel. Trolls don't just lie about things, they change how you feel. They suggest instead of arguing. They don't take blame, so they put it on you. All of a sudden, you're sorry for setting limits. You are standing up for your choice to live in peace. You're giving an excuse for saying no, like it's a crime. The deceiver will never say this. They are afraid of how strong you are. To be strong is to be independent. It means they can't get what they want anymore. In order to get what they want, they cry. They turn what they expect into what they have to do. They use your love against you because they know it's the one thing you don't want to lose. And let's be honest, it does work. Even more so when it's a parent, a child, a partner. They don't mean to hurt me, you tell yourself. Life was hard for them. Is it possible that I'm being too sensitive? No, though. Realizing that manipulating someone is not evil. It makes sense. It's not selfish to look out for yourself either, to stay alive. In reality, family can either be your biggest help or your biggest burden. If someone keeps trying to get you to be quiet, give up something, or question yourself, you need to set a limit. Not with anger, yes, but with purpose. You don't need to yell. There is no need to fight. You just say, "This doesn't feel right to me, and I'm not going to be a part of it anymore." After that, keep that line, even if it makes them feel bad. That is, even if they say you've changed, even if they say they're going to leave, let them. Because someone who loves you will never blame you for keeping the peace. You will never have to choose between being liked and being yourself. They will never make you feel guilty to show that you are faithful. What if they do? It's not love. It's power. Just that you do the right thing, Marcus Aurelius told himself one time. What's left doesn't matter. Do what's right for you. Don't move. Don't try to deal with someone who wants you to be confused. Don't try to make sense of the behavior that's making your life miserable. The manipulator wants you to think that you are to blame for how they feel, that the limits you set are betrayals, that your freedom is in danger. But none of those things are true. Your duty is to use your mind, your peace, your way. You can refuse to do something. You can take a step back. You can keep your space, even if it makes someone you care about mad. Even more so then. This is because your love is not being respected if it's being used against you. It is being used. Yes, you're not selfish for setting limits. If no one has told you this before, now is the time. You're not cold for taking care of your mental health. You are right to say, enough is enough. Let them call you from far away. Let them say that you're not thankful. Allow them to say what they need to. What about you? Take a deep breath, because at that point, manipulating people emotionally falls apart. That's when you get back to being yourself. Then you remember, your peace is holy, and no one, not even your family, can take it away. Number 2, disrespect. Disguised as just how I am. People often say, that's just how I am, when they are being rude, mean, or indifferent. It sounds innocent, almost like being honest. In fact, though, it's usually just an excuse for being rude all the time. It hurts even more when it comes from family, because you're supposed to put up with it. That thing will not hurt you, you are told, to get rid of it, because it doesn't mean anything to them. You do not have to put up with repeated disrespect, even if it is something you are used to, not from people you don't know, and definitely not from people you know well. Disrespect doesn't always come out as comments or raised voices. It's sometimes the way they make fun of you when you talk, the way they roll their eyes when you say something, the way they talk over you. Comments that were passive-aggressive but were meant to be funny. The choices they make for you without asking because they believe you don't know what's best. And how do you react? They change the story. You care too much. Don't make a scene. All of a sudden, you're not only hurt, you're sorry for being hurt. That's how people teach you to put up with being laughed at, not by yelling at you, but by slowly making you believe that your pain is your fault. Remember, Epictetus said, "It is not the person who insults or hits you who hurts you, but your thought that these things hurt you." To put it another way, the real harm starts when you think it's not worth speaking up for your dignity and start to accept being mistreated as normal. That's the reason why saying, "That's just how I am," is so bad. It sounds like personality, but it's really just a cover for not wanting to change. Imagine someone who breaks your rules and then shrugs and says, "That's how I work." That's not self-awareness. That's resolve acting like it's real. Let's tell the truth. Everybody has flaws. There are sharp edges and habits in all of us. But a healthy person, someone you should keep in your life, knows when their habits hurt other people. They pay attention. They change. They don't expect everyone to accept their bad behavior. It's not a personality trait if someone doesn't want to look at their deeds. That's being proud. And pride that isn't checked out hurts partnerships. As Seneca said, no man is more unhappy than he who never faces trouble. That's because he can't prove himself. Disrespect is a problem, and how you handle it shows what kind of person you are. If you keep putting it off because you think it's not a big deal, other people will learn that your respect is something that can be traded. They can say whatever they want to you because you'll still show up. You'll still be there. You'll smile even if it hurts. However, what if you didn't? "I don't care if this is how you've always been," he said. "That's not how I live. I will not stand for it." What would happen if you stopped thinking that quiet meant peace? What would happen if you stopped putting up with pain in the name of peace? Also, yes, this will make some people feel bad. When you stop putting up with it, the people who are used to it will be the loudest. They'll say that you've changed, that you're responding too much, that you've grown apart. What you've really become, though, is aware. You can see the trend, and you've chosen not to take part anymore. In every friendship, respect is a must. You don't have to suffer to get it. It's not just for people who are perfect. Because we're people, we give it to each other. Someone who keeps telling you "that's just how I am," instead of telling you the truth, is really saying, "I don't think you're important enough for me to change." That truth hurts, but it sets you free. Because you stop trying to reach the impossible. Once you know it, stop trying to get someone to respect you if they already don't. You get your energy back. You pick truth over fiction. Marcus Aurelius told himself, "Don't waste any more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." That includes how you act around other people. But it also means how you let other people treat you. Being good doesn't mean you should do nothing. It doesn't always mean turn the other cheek. It means being sure of your worth and not letting anyone, no matter what their job is or what race they are, deny it. Don't let anyone use you as an emotional punching bag. You're not here to take in every mean word because that's how they've always been. Feel good about yourself and live your life. To stand your ground, to be calm and sure that if someone wants to be in your life, they need to act decently when they get there. Yes, some people will leave if you make that standard. Let them. You're not meant to be with everyone in the next part of your life, especially the people who only showed up at the end to attack, put you down, or ignore you. I won't accept being spoken to like that is fine to say. I won't put up with being treated badly. I've told you what respect looks like enough. Not a story. Don't yell, just the truth. You can smile and say, "Yes, I have," when they tell you you've changed. I'm not going back. Because having respect for yourself isn't a sign of rebellion. Getting in line is what it is. Based on your beliefs, keep the peace with what you can do. Never again will you try to fit into someone else's comfort zone. Don't act like being mean is part of culture anymore. No more putting up with disrespect that looks like honesty. People will have to meet you at a remove from now on if they can't be polite. That's more than fair. That's how self-love works. Number 3, entitlement to your time and energy. When people act in a certain way, they usually mean well. They feel entitled to something. And in families, it can look like something else. There seems to be a duty. It sounds like an old custom. It makes me feel guilty. You belong here because you're family. You need to do it. We always do this. That being said, the truth is that no one, not even blood, has endless access to your time, energy, or presence. Those are gifts, not bills. And the relationship changes as soon as someone treats them like they owe something. Not toward getting closer, but toward being angry. Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher, said, "Someone else can't hurt you unless you let him." It's a strong warning that permission is the first step toward control. You're not being kind if you keep giving away parts of yourself, like your weekends, your peace, or your health, because you feel like you have to. You are being trained. Love and sacrifice are very different, and it's dangerous when one person gives up something for the other. Because love works best when it goes both ways. But right to be? That only goes to one person, the one who takes and never gives. What was the hardest part? Family duty doesn't always come out as loud requests. Sometimes it's just something that you always expect. A pull that you can't stop. Everyone will expect you to be there, drop everything, and handle it, because that's what you always do. You've always shown up. But that doesn't mean you should every time. Marcus Aurelius said, "If something outside of you bothers you, it's not the thing itself that hurts you, but how you think about it." It's not the asking itself that hurts when your family wants you to change your plans for them. That's what it means. Your life, your goals, and your most important things come second. That hurts. You're not here to solve family problems. The person who fixes things. The person who always says yes. For now, that part might make people like you, but it will cost you your peace in the long run. You already know this. You know how it feels. It was so tired after a phone call that it turned into an emotional dump. The anger that builds up when you are told you have to cancel your plans. When you finally say no, they make you feel guilty and like you've betrayed them. But refusing someone's demands is not treason. It's self-respect. According to Seneca, we should hang out with people who will make you better. Welcome people who can help you get better. Think about what that means for your family. If being with them often makes you tired, stressed, or unsure of yourself, is that really a place to grow? To get back your limits? You don't have to leave your family. You should not treat your time as if it automatically belongs to them, though. Because you don't have the energy to build your own life when you give to people who only take. Family can be a wonderful way to get help. But you have to stop when their support is one way, when they expect you to be there, but never ask about your health, and when they treat your time like it belongs to everyone else. Ask yourself, is this love or is this control dressed up in tradition? Because the truth is that you don't have to keep the peace with everyone just because you share DNA. Biology is not a contract that makes you give up your own wants. They are the ones who deserve your time because they value it, not the ones who make you feel bad for setting limits. Imagine that every hour of your time was worth $1. Would you give $100 bills to people who don't thank you? Who never lends money? Who makes you do more every time you try to keep some for yourself? Money isn't as important as your time. You can never get it back. So keep it safe. Watch out for it. Put the money where it counts. This could mean missing a family event that makes you feel tired. It could mean giving up being the mental caretaker. You might have to learn to let someone be upset with you and be okay with that, because they were disappointed. That's about what they expect, not how much you're worth. And the longer you let people be uncomfortable, the faster they learn that your limits are not open for discussion. They show that you respect yourself. They can call you greedy. Tell them you've changed. They really mean, I don't like not being able to control you anymore. It's not your job to fix that. There will be times when you feel alone when you stand your ground. Times when you can't talk on the phone. When they don't talk to you like they used to. That's not a loss, though. Those are just signs of recalibrating. As the dynamics change, your power going back to where it belongs. Remember what Epictetus said. A wise man does not lament the things he lacks, but rejoices in the things he does possess. And once you get your time back, you have room to think, a place to rest. There should be room for you to grow into a person who doesn't feel obligated to do anything. What you owe people is honesty, kindness, and presence, but only when it's given freely. Keep this in mind the next time someone says, "You owe me," not because they feel bad, not because they are scared, not at all because someone with your last name thinks they own your plan. This is your life. Take some time. Your power. You can keep them safe, even from your own family. Number 4. Gossip and character assassination. They don't tell you directly. It's always done behind closed doors. Talk at the kitchen table. While taking sips of coffee, comments came out. It will be something like, "I'm just worried about them." They seem to have nothing to do with their life. "Don't say anything, but I heard" is even worse. This is talk. It's also often seen as harmless talk in homes. But don't get it wrong. Gossip hurts deeply, and it's especially bad when it comes from someone you know. Because you told them your story once, it's no longer yours. It's part of the family gossip mill. It's twisted, overdone, and passed around like it's fun. The same argument is always used when you question them. "We're just talking." Breathe. We're family. Not at all. Your family shouldn't know about your problems. Your family shouldn't turn you into a story for Sunday lunch. When someone is family, they shouldn't be able to stab you in the back while smiling. Marcus Aurelius said, "The best way to get back at someone who hurt you is to be unlike them." That means you don't go down to their level. You don't act like it doesn't hurt, though. When you're not in the room, you don't keep going back to a situation that makes your character look bad. Stoicism teaches us to take charge of the things we can, like who we hang out with and who can get into our lives. Even among family members, it's not just rude to gossip in your own family, it's also risky. It makes allies and breaks them up. Having doubts about love makes it sick. Everyone learns that friendship is dangerous, that people will use what you say as money, no matter how weak you are. The worst part? Most of the time, they say it as a worry. "All I can think about is her. He's changed a lot." But let's be honest, judgment sounds a lot different from fear. "How can I help?" asks worry. There is talk that says, "Let me tell you what's wrong with them." Someone wise called Seneca said, "Do not do to others what you would not have done to yourself." It's easy. Would you want the people you love to talk about and analyze your fears, pain, and secret battles? Of course not. That being the case, why would you let them act that way? The truth is that you don't have to stay open with people who use your weakness against you. Yes, even if they are your parents. No matter if they are your brothers, even if they always hug and smile at you on holidays. Trust doesn't just happen. You have to work for it, and you can lose it. When you walk into a room, everyone stops talking. You don't think that way. That's your gut telling you that everyone in the room knew your name before you got there. That's a sign to keep the peace, a way to finish the circle. A sign that you should stop giving private information to people who treat your life like a show. Also, it could mean taking more time to be alone. More careful. Be more careful about who can see your truth. That's not being cold. That's being mature. You don't have to let everyone read your story, especially not those who mess it up. Being kind to yourself by telling yourself, I know what you said, is sometimes the best thing you can do. I knew what you did. I'll remember it. Not when you're mad. Not with anger. Yes, but with purpose. Make up your mind to stop acting like cheating is normal. That peace is power. Being loyal means letting other people use your name without you being there. They can say that you've grown distant. Tell them you've changed. Since you've changed, you've passed groups where rumors are common and the truth is rarely spoken. And this change, that's not anger. It makes sense. That says, I won't stay emotionally naked around people who dress up my pain for conversation. Those who treat it like a toy will no longer have my trust. I'll love you from afar because you've made it dangerous to be close to you. It tells you more about them than it does about you. It shows how insecure they are, their lust. They need to be in charge, and most of all, they have no limits at all. And this is the permission you needed to stop being a part of that situation. There's no need to explain. You don't need to say anything. You don't need to be loud. You just move back. You change the way in. You change how your energy works. You lock the door and close it. After seeing the change, they will ask what took place. They will look confused. That's because people who talk badly about other people don't think they'll be held responsible. A sword never kills anyone. It is a tool in the killer's hand, Seneca said. Chatter is a tool, and the people who make it look easy to use are not good. They know how to do things. You don't have to stand there while they do it either. Your life deserves more respect than comments made in the background. It's important that the people you're with respect your right to remain silent, where people will accept your absence and not spread rumors about you, where you are seen for who you are and not just as something's wrong with them. Stop putting up with it. If it's really mischief, don't call it love. Don't call it worry when it's really control. Also, don't call it family if it feels like being watched. Make the line. Not in a mean way, but clearly. Also, know that not everyone with the same last name is someone you can trust. Number 5, disrespect, disguised as just joking. It always starts with a laugh. There was a laugh at the dinner table, a smile from the side of the room. If someone says something hurtful about your job, your looks, or the choices you've made, and you respond, they say, I'm just joking. This is meant to end the talk. But let's be honest, someone else has to laugh for the joke to be funny. One of the sneakiest ways people show disrespect is by making fun of you. You should never put up with this from anyone, but especially from family. It's a loss of feelings that's passed off as humor. It cuts deep even though it's trying to be funny. Worse still, when you try to protect yourself, you make things worse. You care too much. You don't like jokes. You're taking away from the vibe. Not at all. You're being able to see through the mask. For that reason, Stoicism teaches us to see things as they really are, not how people want them to be. He wrote, if someone can show me I'm wrong and show me my mistake, I will gladly change. I want to know the truth. Truth is the key. Not a sneer, not a joke, not insults that are meant to be fun. The truth. Truth doesn't have to be embarrassing to be heard. So why do some family members act this way? For the reason that they don't like your growth. Because your trust makes them less able to control you. Because humor lets them hurt you without having to own up to it. When you bleed, they act hurt that they hid the knife in a joke. You've gained some weight, huh? Is something you've probably heard 100 times. Is that job still a dead end? Do you remember how much fun you were? The laugh then comes, the wave of the hand, The "oh, come on, chill out." But you're not making it up. It wasn't love. It was a power play. It is the power of the mind to be unconquerable, Seneca told us. And part of being unbeatable is not putting up with disrespect, no matter how it's dressed. Even more so when it comes from people who are meant to support you. The deeper truth is that when someone jokes about you over and over, they're really just trying your limits. They need to know how far they can go, what kind of power they still have, how quickly they can make you feel bad about yourself while pretending to be funny. What if you don't say anything? If you laugh with them to keep the peace? They get the answer they want from you. I can keep doing this. They can't stop me. But the power changes as soon as you stop laughing. You'll see their real face, not the happy one. It's the one that doesn't like how strong you are. Because someone who doesn't want to play the game is the worst thing for a deceiver. You don't need to blow up. You don't need to fight back. Simple and strong, "That wasn't funny to me," is all you need to say. Be nice to me. There was no need for that. And when they call you tense or say you're ruining the mood, remember yourself that peace is not the absence of pain. It's having respect around. It is not things themselves that bother us, but our thoughts about them, Epictetus said. That is, some people might think the joke itself isn't harmful. That being said, you are not wrong to turn it down if you know it comes from a habit of subtle disrespect. You're not too sensitive to ask for kindness. You're not overreacting when you ask for growth. For drawing a line, you are not at all dramatic. This is where a lot of people have trouble because these jokes are from our childhood, our cousins, our mom and dad, our friends, people who knew us before we knew who we were. And the past can make it hard to say what's wrong. But bad behavior doesn't have a pass because of the past. It's not okay if someone has been making fun of you since you were a kid and you haven't stopped. It just makes it feel like home. That doesn't mean it's safe. Normal doesn't mean good. Being familiar doesn't mean it's okay. What you allow to happen will happen. You can love your family even more now. But you should not let them make you feel bad about your own self-worth because they were joking. Funny things should make you feel better, not worse. It should bring people together, not separate them. And jokes that make fun of you or put you down are not jokes. They're abuse with a funny ending. Get away from it. Talk. Change the conversation. If they still don't get it, give them some time to think about it. For their own sake, not because they are mean. The Stoics thought that people should live by reason and morality. And putting up with casual cruelty, even if it's disguised as humor, is neither sensible nor moral. Don't use yourself as a joke. People are not after you. You're not the family clown that they brought here to make them laugh. You're a real person, and your pride is important. Don't just smile when you're hurt to make other people feel better. Don't get smaller so other people can feel bigger. Draw the line and stand firm behind it. Be cool, clear, and sure of yourself. Because what you put up with becomes who you are in the end. You were not made to be treated badly. You were meant to be strong in a quiet way. It takes strength to pick peace over duty. When you pick growth over guilt. The Stoics knew that you can't be strong by controlling other people, but by controlling what you let happen. You were not made to make other people feel better. You were not put on this earth to feel guilty about being small. Respect, hard work, and caring for each other should earn a place in your life for everyone, family or not. The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts, Marcus Aurelius told himself every day. To protect your thoughts, keep your circles safe. Make your lines clear like your life counts on it because it does for your peace. Don't forget that cutting off a toxic family member is not unkind. It's a sign of clarity. You owe it to yourself to be honest, strong, and at peace. We'll see you next time. Don't move around. Keep your mind sharp. Keep your balance.